What's going on, guys? My name's Alex, and today we're rebuilding a computer. So yeah, this is my old computer that I built 1 year ago. Specs are it's an i7-3240 stock Intel cooler. The motherboard's a Gigabyte. I'll just open it up. Gigabyte Z77. It's an HD3. There's a GTX 760, also made by Gigabyte. Yeah, I was pretty addicted with Gigabyte back then. And
what year?
There is a.
What year it was?
It was built last year, so 2013, very late, almost 2014. The operating system was on a Samsung 840 EVO SSD, I think, was the drive, which is down here. It was Windows 7 Pro, I believe. This is a 1TB WD Black, Corsair CX750M, and 16 gigs of Crucial Ballistic Sport memory. It was all packed inside this case, which is the NZXT Phantom. It's not the 410 or the 820 or the 630 or something. It's the straight Phantom. It's black and green. I love this case. Arguably one of the nicest cases I've ever used. And unfortunately, the i3 just couldn't handle it when I started recording. So now we're stepping it up a notch. So we're going with the Intel Core i7-4790K, which is the new beastly, this is Devil's Canyon, which is a Haswell refresh just to make everything perform better. It comes out of the box at 4 GHz, boosts up to 4.4, has a 8 MB L3 cache. And I'm going to be using this drive, this SSD, as now recording drive, and this will be our main boot drive. It's a Kingston 120GB SSD now, bought this on Black Friday, $50, amazing deal. I think it might still be on sale. To cool that beast of a processor, we got the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo. The best cooler, best bang for the buck cooler, $35 that. And then the star of the show, Maximus VII Hero. This is part of Asus's ROG series, which is built for gaming, spec built, all that stuff. Windows 8.1 compatible, which is what we will be installing. SLI, look at that, that is amazing. CPU socket, two 16x video card sockets, dim sticks, heat sinks, all that jazz.
Very dark was that one.
Okay, well, camera. There you go. Bit better that. You'll see it. You'll see it. Whatever. I did have to bring out the case's screws, and basically all you'll need to do this. You need a copy of Windows stuck on a USB drive. It's Windows 8.1 Pro. You also need a part key for that. So Phillips head screwdriver. I also did get a second one, just for length and reach. And a pair of scissors to open everything up. Okay guys, so I set the computer down, and now we're going to start by uninstalling some stuff. So, come here, come on, yeah. So we're going to pull out all these little wires down here. Come close, make sure you get this. Speaker, don't need that. We're not going to need these two power cables, or those, or those. We're not going to need that. These are little like front panel headers, so power, reset, lights, stuff like that. We're not going to need this either. This is USB 2 on the front. This is another USB 2 on the front, I believe. That's what this should be. If I can ever remove the thing. There we go. SATA. So these are all hard drives. There we go. There's a little tab on these. Push it in, pull it out, done. Right. USB 3.0 on the for the front up here. Now we're gonna want to take these two power plugs out. This is the GPU, by the way. This is arguably the worst part. Unplugging these. There we go. That's done. Now we're gonna unscrew the GPU, but before that, we're gonna grab our amazing box that the GPU was in. Shipped. Just gonna open it up. Nice. Nice and easy. that. And, really don't need that bag. GPU is just going to be set right back down there. I'm going to move these scissors and stuff out of my way. Alright, so now we're going to unscrew the GPU. There's 2 screws right here. Just going to unscrew them. It's 1. Make sure you get the ones that are actually touching your GPU, not just random ones. That might be hooked up to the port covers. Because if you unscrew those, then they'll, pop out, so, Come on, there we go. Little thumb screws. Now your GPU is actually loose, somewhat. So now, there's a little tab right back here. Come on. A little blue tab, right there. That's in the slot with the GPU. You're going to want to push it down. There we go. That's all the way down. Blue one right there. And you're going to grab onto your GPU. You're going to shimmy it. Shimmy it, and you're going to wiggle it. And there it is. Of course, a little dusty. I'm going to put it right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the bag in here. Then it's going to settle down on top. We're done with that. Right, so that's your GPU removed, and now your motherboard looks pretty bare. All we got to take out next is our RAM, this big power cable, that little power cable, and then all the screws, and it's out. So we're going to remove our RAM by pushing down on the little switches, things, or whatever, connector bits. So now they kind of already pop out. You can just pull them out. Boom. Boom. RAM, done. And now on this big ass power cable, there is a tab, a little notch. You want to squeeze it, and you'll start wiggling it. There you go. That one might be insanely difficult for you to take out. I don't know. Then you want to get this one out. Same case, there's a little tab. You can reach it. Do a little bit more wiggly diggly. And that one's out too. Now, just gotta unscrew the motherboard. Up. Move some stuff.
Mitä se on?
Yeah, this is all just like instructions. This is what covered up your processor when you got the motherboard. This little thing. I'm just gonna put all this jazz in this box. Hidden little compartment underneath. And ta-da! Now we're gonna pull the motherboard out. Ready? No. All good. Everything's good. Just gonna move all your cables out of the way. Just kind of finagling it around. And boom, motherboard's out. I can hold it up by the CPU heatsink. Boom.
Eikö tarvii plastikkikauaa laittaa? Plastikkipussia.
I think I might have thrown away the bag for this one. But that's that. And now pretty much have a bare case. Yeah, all you need to do, remove your IO shield. This is hard, installing these things. And now all you have is your power supply that's still installed and your hard drives. The way you would uninstall your power supply, if you needed a new big one, well, A, it would go the same way you got it out. It would go out the same way you got it in. You'd unscrew these 4 screws. And then you should just be able to, it would be out. So that's that. And now we start the install. Okay, so now we're going to install our SSD. I opened it up. Just 2 things came with it. The actual drive and a mount. We really don't need that, nor do we need the packaging, because I'm actually going to be mounting it into the drive tray, which will slide out. It's kind of covered in dust. There's our drive tray. This is compatible with 2.5mm thick drives and big 2.5-inch drives, or whatever they are. And now we're actually going to need our screw box that came with our case. This is a case drive tray thing. So let's see. Okay. And when it comes to PC building, whatever you do, never, ever be afraid to source your manual. This is going to be your best friend. You have a whole parts list on the back. You have instructions on how to install things. And, yeah. So we're going to look around. Where do we get hard drives? Hard drives, okay. So we're going to want bend back bracket, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Okay, so it actually doesn't say.
Alex, vahingossa tulee joskus sun kasvot pikkusen näkyy.
So it actually doesn't say what screws belong on that side, but they should be here. So we're gonna look. PSU, motherboard, water cooler, CD-ROM, and here we are. CD-ROM, FFD, and 2.5-inch hard drive installation right here. It says right here, those are the screws that you need to use. The A bag, so we can find the A bag of screws. What is this? No idea. This is a 6 32nd screw flat. This is a standoff. We're probably actually going to need some more of those. This is a hard drive tray installation. This actually might be the one that we need. What else is this? Just 6 32nd screw. This is a pretty crazy bag. What the heck? KB 5*10 screw. These are M3*5 flat screws. Some of these are actually open. And I believe these are the ones that we're going to need. Hard drive tray installation screws. So where'd our tray go? It's down here. Yeah, here's the thing with computer building. Kind of want a nice amount of area. If you are in a compact space, I would only recommend building a computer in a compact space if you are experienced. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these little rubber doohickeys off, which are used on big mechanical drives when you're installing them. And now there's 4 holes on the tray and on the back. And we're going to put this in that way. We're going to flip it over. We're going to find the holes line up. Come here. See? The holes do line up with the drive and the tray. We're going to grab our hard drive tray installation bag screws. We're only going to need 4 of them. I think I might have just spilled out 3. There's 4. Beautiful. Where's my screwdriver gone? Tiny little screwdriver. Now comes a bit of a challenge. Getting these lined up. And I think that's the tightening setting. And screwed in, actually. It just budged. Yay, it moved. See, you know what? These might not be the right screws. So, you know what? I'm going to stop the video right here. I'm going to find the right screws. I'm going to install them. And I'll get back to you guys when that happens. So, I did manage to get the drive in. And it wasn't actually the hard drive screws. It's the M3*5 flat screws that you need for this case. because me being the dolt that I am, if you look at this, right here, it says M3 screw, and then it says CD-ROM FFD, blah 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 blah. So yeah, I was a bit dumb right there, but okay. Problem solved. We got it in the tray. It's very solid now, and we're just gonna reorientate it so faces upward. Align it, push it in, get a little snap, and that's in place, along with my other drive, which is right there, and my big hard drive, which is over here. So that's that for solid state drive installation. It's kind of easy. You kind of just flip the thing over, and you screw it in, and you're done. So yeah, now we're gonna get this off the table, and we're gonna get my motherboard and my processor on the table, and we're gonna start installing that. Alright, see you guys then. Now we are going to install this bad boy, the i7, into this. And then we're gonna put Hyper 212 Evo on top of this to cool it. So we're first gonna start by opening this up. Velcro. Then just move over here. You can open that up. There's a little plastic cover. Clear plastic. There's our motherboard. It smells like freshly manufactured stuff. There's our motherboard. We're going to need this, our I/O shield. We're going to need one bag of SATA connectors for the hard drive. And you can also take this out. This is your Q connectors. So for those tiny little wires, you can use these. You're also going to want this, your hard drive wire. And last but not least, your user's guide. This is going to be one of your most important things that you are going to want. If you're running two graphics cards, you would want this. This is your NVIDIA SLI card, so you can bridge your two cards together. I'm going to put this back the way it was. And now we're going to unbox this, which is very interestingly done, actually. So, you know what, guys? I might cut away if I can't get this out. Oh, no, got it. There you go. That's the ticket. Alright, so, I'm going to lift it up by the heatsink, and move that piece of plastic out of the way, flip that over, put that piece of plastic back, then we're going to set it down. Oh, yeah. There you go. That's nice. That is nice and beautiful. Alright, so we close this. Flap on the bottom. Velcro that shut. Done. Alright, because this is actually my first time installing a Devil's Canyon or Haswell chip. I'm going to refer to my motherboard manual, like you all should. So, you get your disc, and you get a nice Republic of Gamers sticker, which looks like a guitar pick. And we're going to look around, and we see CPU installation 2-3. Okay. So you know what, guys, I'm going to find this. Oh, no, here we go. Okay, you just lift it up. Let him come over to the camera. You just lift it up, move it out of the way, drop the CPU in, close it, and it pops off. That's all that says you need to do. Of course, easier shown or said than done. So, what we're going to do is we're going to unbox this. Intel does give you a decent little chunk of stuff. Gives you an Intel Core i7 inside sticker, along with a McAfee and instructions on your Intel Core i7 processor. Also has warranty information. And it gives you your stock cooler. Of course, we're not going to use that because we're using this. So, now what the hell? This is definitely different from good old days with the i3s and i5s. Actually, no, with my Ivy Bridge. There we go. Pull that out. Star of the show. This is a dense little processor. Right here. This is your i7 4790K. All processors look the same as long as they're the same socket. And for the 4790K, because this is Devil's Canyon, you want a Z97 board, which is what this is. That's the chipset down there. Alright, so now I'm going to turn this towards me. And it says, important, install processor first, then remove and keep the cover. There's a little triangle. Come here, this is very important. There's a little triangle on the socket right there. If you see that. Tiny little triangle. And on the chip, there's also a tiny little triangle, gold triangle. So it's gonna go in like that. You line up your triangles. There's also two little notches on the side of the chip. I don't know if you can see that. They'll also be on the inside of the socket. So here we go. We're gonna push that down, move it out of the way, lift it up. It takes a lot of pressure, by the way, so don't be insanely worried as long as you get it properly seated. So we're gonna move. Whew, I'm nervous. This is a pretty decently priced processor. Right here. You wanna open it up. The corner was there. I'm gonna check. Yes, it was. Two little notches are right there and right there. Or up here on the processor. Only goes in one way. There's the corner. Boom. Bam. Drops into place. That's your processor installed, surprisingly. You can jiggle it around a bit. Doesn't really move. Then you're gonna lift this up.
Syvään hengitys vaan.
You wanna get it under the little screw. Jesus. Come on. And then you're gonna push. Boink. Then this comes off. You need a little bit of pressure. But bam, your processor's installed. Whew, that was nerve-wracking. Because this, for you guys, is not a cheap processor by any means. Even though I got it on Black Friday, this is normally a $400 processor. I got it for $290. Still a lot, because I am not old at all. I'm barely even a teenager for that manner. But yeah, and I'm still in school. This is my main running computer that drives that system back there. If you look, we got our insane twin monitors. The tower would go down in the left, and yeah. So that's more or less that. I was nervous for that. Jesus. We're gonna pull out our Hyper 212 now. Ooh, beastie. That looks nice. Box is empty. Don't need that. A metric ass ton.
You can always pause.
Of mounting hardware. And we got our cooler, which is on our fan, which has a fan on it. What am I saying? On our fan. Got a 4-pin header. This is actually gonna plug into a CPU fan right here. Little 4-pin plug. That's where the fan plugs into. And now I'm actually going to refer to the manual, if there is one. Which there does not... Oh, no, there is. I spoke too soon. Shush, Alex, come on.
Kyllä sä voit, Alex, aina ottaa pienen...
You know what, I'm going to cut away right now. And I'm going to refer to the LGA... my hands are shaking. 1150 socket installation. And, yeah. So, I'll catch you guys when I've read up on that. Alright, guys. I found our back plate. This is going to be what holds this massive cooler in place, because this thing has some heft to it. So, we're going to need our grab bag of fun stuff. Yay! So, what do we get? We get our little cross mount that will actually hold it in place. We get some more fan mounting hardware. So if you want to get a different fan or another fan, so you can run 2 fans on the cooler, there's your toy. You get some Cooler Master thermal paste. I will be using this because I didn't want to buy some. I actually ran out of my MX5. I don't know what these are. I think these are sound isolation pads. Don't need them. And then you get a whole boatload of screws. You get some mounts. You get a tightener. You get some bolts. Move these around, and you get some screws. Yeah, fun, huh? So, according to the instructions, you want this side on the motherboard, these 4 little things on the motherboard, on the back of it. If you're running Intel, you want this big plate if you're running AMD. I'm gonna lift this up. If you are running AMD, in fact, you will need to take off the back plate, that is there. But here, we can kind of just put it over this back plate upside down, align the screws with the holes, and then you kind of just put in the screws, and that's more or less good to go. So, we're gonna do this. Now I need to study this again. Alright, so we're gonna put some screws. I believe they are these screws, right? Am I correct? Oh, dear Lord. Help! This is a big old instruction manual thing. Ah. What is this? Is this... This is in... That's English, and what's this? English. Oh, there's many languages. Oh, okay. English column, there we go. Alright. So, you do want to put in C. What is that? There's C screws. These big things. Okay, you want to put these in. And then E, which are the back plate. And then G are the bolts. So these go in on the front. This is insanely confusing. So you're going to drop these in through the holes here. 1, 2. It will hit your box or whatever you're building it on. 3, 4. This is tricky. Alright, you do those 4. And then you're going to put this doohickey over that. For all of them. Yeah, okay. I'm going to pull these back out. This is an interesting learning experience. I'm going to put this on the back there. And then we're going to move that around. There we go, I got one through. This is intense. The tension is real. 2, 3, and a 4. I can get it in, for crud's sake. I'm actually going to kind of have it leaning, oh great. I'm going to kind of lean it just a tad forward. I'm going to put some bolts through. If I can. Which seems to be a bit of a challenge for me. There we go, that's a bolt.
Sä voit aina ottaa pienen paussin. Näyttää vielä.
Number 2. That's kind of in. Number 3. And number 4. And then you want to tighten these in. So I'm going to tighten them with this. You can put a screwdriver in the back of that. I'm going to tighten them, and I'll catch you guys when I've done that. Alright guys, I got these nice and tightened in. Now, they're not budging. And what you're going to want to do is you want to take this little cross piece, see, right? It comes out of the box like that. You're going to want to move the screws over, depending on what the manual actually says. Because for me, it said that you want the second tick mark right here for LGA 1150. And you want the third tick mark for 2011 and the first for 775. So I moved it to the second one. You push down on the actual screw thread. You can move it around. Right? So I want it in the middle. And you want to test it. See if it actually fits. Here we go. See? It fits on top of all the screw holes. Beautiful. Thermal paste. So now there's There's so many different ways that people say, you gotta do it this way, you gotta do it that way, you gotta do it that way, you gotta smudge it up. Whatever. I'm doing it my way. If you don't want to do it my way, I don't give a crap, alright? Do it your own way. But this is the way that I am going to do it. I'm going to put a blob right about the size of a pea in the center. Right in the center of the processor. That could have been a bit much, but I'm gonna find my cap. Ta-da. Okay, and now we gotta think. So on this case, we got a fan in the back, we got a fan in the top. How do I want this exhausting? I'm probably gonna say I want it blowing. So we're gonna actually take the cooler out of the box. Now, we're gonna see which way is it going. It's gonna spin like this, and it's gonna push air through there. So I'm gonna do it pseudo, so kind of push-pull, by setting it that way. So it's gonna pull here, and it's gonna push, and then this fan back here is gonna pull it out. Gotta do some forethought to make sure that you get the lowest temps and the best performance out of your processor. So we're gonna unplug all these and latch all these little things right here. There we go. Then, ta-da! No wire. Just get this monstrosity of a cooler. Look at this thing. That's crazy. Then get yourself a little plastic plate. And it says, please peel off the label before you use it. Warning. Peel it off. Try and keep it fingerprint proof. Copper heat pipes, 4 per side. And let's take this. I'm gonna set it on the processor like so. Boom. Now it's in place, but that's not gonna stay on. So I'm actually gonna push it down. Here's what you can do, and then you can pull it back off if you want. I'm actually gonna do so. See how it applied? That's a nice even spread if you ask me. So put it back on, move it around a bit. So it's nice and stable on there. Get my head in the frame. I'm gonna put it back to there. I'm gonna push it on through. I'm gonna kinda wiggly jiggly it through if you can. This is actually gonna be a problem for me. There we go. Then there's a little stump in the middle of the thing. I'm gonna open it up. You're gonna want to get the little stump. It's actually on the bracket inside the opening that is on the cooler. And then there's a couple little extra things, and it lines up. Beautiful. This is a very, very, very tight-fitting cooler, so do beware of that. Alright, so we're gonna get it back in place. And we're gonna screw our first screw in.
Ainoastaan vähän se.
There we go.
Kerralla, ei
throw it a little bit. Then we're gonna go across. You really need to push down on this thing. It's pretty scary, but just keep it going. When I first used this cooler, I have used this before.
Yeah, don't.
It was very, very scary for me because I did not know.
Älä pysy liian tiukka.
I didn't know how tight you had to put it. And this, you really have to like squish it down. So it's not even, barely even on the thread. Now it is. I'm getting it in like a pro. And this other side, this one's way up and out. Push. Twist, 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 twist. And there you go. There are actually, it's now fully held in just by the screws. I could probably pick it up right now, but I don't want to. So I'm going to tighten them down a little bit at a time in a cross pattern. Makes a little noise when the spring hits it. There you go. There's the spring noise. I'm going to keep on tightening it. Keep on digging. Ubisoft style. So, now that one's really tight. Now I can't really unscrew that at all, or I can't tighten it anymore. Yep, that's tight. Yep, that's tight, and again, you don't want to ever wrench anything down. So, yep, that's okay, I think. I'm lifting it solely by the heatsink. I don't see any mark from where I clumsy me. So I'm gonna look around again for the mark, which is up here. It says pushing air that way. We're gonna figure out where the fan header is, which is right here. I'm gonna plug it on in. Or whatever. I'll plug it in once I get this on. And you basically just force it on a bit. A little bit of force, a little bit of shimmy. Nope, that's not right. I got it on wrong, I think. Yep. Okay, gotta back it out. Oh yeah, and these little rubber pads that I found, actually on the fan, to prevent vibration, so that it stays as quiet as possible. I'm actually gonna get this beautifully mounted, like so. That's about as good as it's gonna get. We'll move this around. Find our pins. Insert it. Push it down. It's a bit of a tight fit. Now, RAM. These two little thin sticks that I got. Fold this up. Oh yeah, cooler's installed. It's brick solid. Everything's good. Now we're actually we're going to want to refer back to our Asus user manual. We're going to find our memory. So, I just saw something go by. CPU, power, that's our RAM, DIMM installation, hang on. Well, you know what guys, I'm actually gonna find out how you install your RAM really quickly. And I'll be back once I figure that out. You can talk. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to install our RAM, which are these two little sticks. Yep. This is Crucial Ballistic Sport. These are two 8GB modules, so we get 16 gigs of RAM. It's 2133, yep, I believe so. If it isn't, well, then I'm wrong, whatever. So we're going to install it in the two color-coded slots. So we're going to do, this is A2 and B2. So we're going to pull the tabs down on the red slots. And we're going to take our RAM. You can only do it one way. There's a notch in the socket, and there's a notch on the stick. It's off-centered, so you can't put it in the wrong way. You're going to line it up. You're going to aim it straight. You're going to push it in. Then you want to apply some force. There you go. That snapped back into place. I did not touch it. It's good. This end kind of also did a pop, so that's good. Same side, or other side, same way. Takes a little bit of wiggle to get it aligned and go. There we go. Push, push. There we go. RAM's installed. That's all. We're gonna get our fan back in place. As a matter of fact, because I did have to take it off. I didn't really need to though, but I did only for the fact that if you had tall memory modules, this fan would not fit most likely, or it would be an insanely close fit if anything. That's very, very close. And there you go. Your motherboard is now ready to get put in your case. So I'm gonna clean all this mumbo jumbo up, and then we're gonna install this thing, and yay! So see you guys then. All right, guys, I got my case on the table, and look at this. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. The reason there's a wire right here, this is very OCD for me, This actually lights up when it's in use. This little logo right here, the ROG, so it looks amazing. So we're gonna want our IO shield now. And this is the part that faces inside. It's nice and padded and stuff. This is actual metal though. So this is gonna go, look at the back of the motherboard, look how it fits. Okay, it's gonna go that way. The audio holes go at the bottom, and then this big circle faces towards the top. I can get it in. It's basically just apply pressure onto the corners. One. Oh, come on. That didn't go in. Did it? Two. That didn't go in. What the heck? This can sometimes be the more challenging of the PC build. That one's in. That one's in. It's a really wacko kind of IO shield because it's nothing like the old one, but okay.
No, kuinka monta siinä?
There's little four things.
Sä sait sen nyt menemään.
Yep, it's in. Nice and sturdy. And you have your standoffs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. You have 9 standoffs mounted into your case. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I already checked these are in the right place, so call me a cheater, but whatever. So we're gonna lift this up. Cooler goes at the top. It's gonna go down, in. It's gonna line up with the holes on this, and then once they're lined up, you just push it in sideways, set it down. It's gonna push. This thing's gonna push back. You're gonna grab one of your motherboard screws from what the heck? Give me a minute. From your old motherboard. It's the case screw. Gonna put it in. Gonna grab a screwdriver. You're gonna tighten it in. Tighten it down into place. Don't tighten it very tight. It's in. That is your motherboard now being held in place. And we're gonna screw in the rest of these. First I'm gonna make sure that I can see all the standoffs, so I don't have one poking into the back of the board, which I don't. Masterful, look at that. And we're gonna screw the rest of these in. Bear in mind, I am not really putting this tight by any means in its current state. Nope, that did not go in. These screws are not tightened really at all. It's kind of like, okay, kind of starts to give some resistance, and I stop tightening. And yeah. Nope, that was not. That one did not go in. Okay, that one's being funny. Okay, so if it goes in at an angle and it doesn't want to move, oh yeah, you can see the standoff is ever so slightly that way. So I'm going to push the motherboard a bit, if I can. And then try and install it again. Oh, come on, why is my hand shaking? There we go. Now it went in, nice and straight. Got 3 more screws. 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. What the heck? Hold on. Hold the phone. I think I might need to pull out a couple more screws out of the bag. Because the old motherboard actually ran 2 screws short than normal. This is a full-size ATX motherboard. I think that might not have been a full size. I do not know. It was kind of weird though. But, oh great. Come here, come here.
Noissa pitäisi olla magneetti. Niin pitäisi olla magnetti.
Yeah, we should have a magnetic screwdriver. Which is kind of annoying. But,
Se saattaa aiheuttaa sitä sätistä.
Yeah. Come on, there we go. That's that one in. Mind you, it does take quite a decent amount of dexterity to pull this off. So you do not want to be limited in motor skills, unfortunately. If you are, then this isn't your kind of a thing. I'm gonna find the rest of the motherboard screws, and once I have done that, I will catch you guys up then. Okay guys, I'm back. We got all of our screws in. Place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now, I say I'm gonna wire this thing up. So, got our big 24 pin power connector, which lines up. There's the clip. It belongs like so. And push. This takes a lot of force to get into this board at least. There we go, got one end kind of in. Got the other end in.
Haluatko, että mä laitan...
I'm gonna check with a flashlight.
Joo, näytä. Nyt.
There's no gap on either end or on the sides.
Se on hirveän hyvä. Silloin se katsoja näkee hirveän hyvin.
Now we got this 4-pin or 8-pin supplementary CPU power. So I'm gonna turn the light off so I can get both hands. And this is gonna arc and bend and all sorts of random stuff. That's gonna go in there. That's solid. Again, there's no gap on the socket. Check thing, whatever. Fits in perfectly. Beautiful. So that's actually all the power that you really need to the board right now. I'm gonna plug in the USB 3.0 header. Just because. And I actually reckon that this thing can be booted up now. So I am going to get some wires, and I will be back in a moment. This is plugged in. Okay, guys. I actually ran. I'm gonna switch that. I have a wire running into an outlet. Before that, I'm gonna plug in the speaker though. So if you come with me, I'm gonna find. Just gonna shuffle around because the speaker header is just down here, and if we look. It's a speaker, and it's right here.
I
should have a flashlight, that is correct. It says speaker right down there. It's a little plug. Boom, that's speaker in. So now when you're turning it on, it'll go beep. And that says, okay, it ran, the motherboard and processor ran through power on self-test, which basically just means, okay, I recognize that I'm a processor, I'm in a motherboard, I have RAM, I have a cooler, I have power, everything's good. Alright, so if you come here, I'm going to turn on my power supply, switch on the back, boom, stuff lights up. Pretty nice. Some lighting effects along the Supreme FX, that's the audio.
There's a light.
Some light right there. You know what, I'll actually knock off the lights. House. So, start and reset button light up. The Republic Gamers thing lights up. That's why there's that switch. And that red line, that's where the actual separate part of the audio board starts. And now we'll see if we have a working computer.
Ooh.
So we got fans lighting up. We got these lighting up. Spinning. Are we gonna get a beep? Okay, we're not. Hey, there you go.
Ew.
And
congratulations.
Ta-da! We got. There's another beep right there.
Okay.
And got postcode 99. That means everything's running. So
who's happy?
Perfect.
Woohoo!
I'm pretty happy actually. The fan on the Cooler Master is spinning. These fans are spinning. I can just hit the start button again, and turns off. Right. There we go. starts to stop spinning, and
That is the next step.
We're done.
Next step, basically.
Of course, we're not done with the actual build. We got to do all sorts of other wiring and stuff. So I'm gonna turn on the lights, and let's get into it. Prop the computer up, and quite a bit of the wiring has actually been done already by me because this was already a built system. But we got to run our hard drive cables correctly to our new SSD, solid state drive down there, and we just got to get everything plugged in nicely. So let's get into it. So all these ports are SATA 6s, right? SATA 6, SATA 6, SATA 6, SATA 6, SATA 6. Okay, that means that they're all top speed hard drive connectors.
Do you want to use the again?
So yeah, I'm actually gonna pull out a flashlight, because this is kind of tricky to see. There are some L's on the inside of these SATA ports. There are L's and there are L's here. You want to line them up, obviously. So I'm going to plug it in just to one. My head might be in the way. That's one. This is actually the case. That one. Oh no, this is another hard drive. And then this one's from the case. I'm going to put that one at the middle. And then, right. Then we're going to pull this out. This is our new set of SATA cables from the new motherboard. These old SATA cables are from the old motherboard. But they do have the same transfer rate, so it is no big deal. As long as they transfer at the same rate, these are all SATA 6 gigabit per second cables. Go. Another one. This is nice white and black instead. And see? So there's an L there. There's an L there. I'm just gonna squeeze. Actually, reach around, grab these wires from the back, and pull them on through. There we go. Look at that. It's looking better by the minute already. I'm gonna unplug this because good cable management is the objective of your computer.
Pretty much, you know.
So I'm gonna unplug actually all these again, which is kind of redundant because I just plugged them in. But here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Just trying to get this as organized as possible here, guys. Trying to get these wires from looking horrible, so that the whole system doesn't look like complete and total crud. Okay, this belongs other way around. Wires are all like tumbling around in my fingers.
Sä varmaan tarvit valoa sinne.
I don't need light, I need better fingers.
No, you have still
there we go, beautiful.
A child's fingers. You know.
This is annoying.
Thinking about some people, you know.
I feel really sorry for the people that have massive fingers, because they're gonna have some major troubles when it comes down to this kind of stuff. Because I'm having trouble, and I don't have small fingers, but I don't have big ones by any means.
Not yet.
We'll find out though, eventually. So I'm gonna look at this cable. It will plug in that way. So I'm gonna push this in through, like that. And it looks nice and beautiful when that's all fine and dandy. There we go. Those are our hard drive cables. And the motherboard, that looks nice and slick. Now, front panel connectors. That's all these little prongs down here. Thankfully, Asus is nice. They give us these things. Q connectors. These are arguably the best thing in the world for lots of people. They tell me where plugs need to go, and you plug them all in, and you just go book, and it's all done. So I'm actually going to unplug the speaker from there and plug it into there. There we go, done. So now, get the power supply cables out of the way. Here we go. Here's all of our little, tiny little, what's it called? So we find, what is this? Reset. So this is our Reset SW. It doesn't say plus or minus or whatever, so we're just gonna put it on one way and hope that's right. And we got our power right there. Power switch goes on that way. I don't know. We'll find out. That's kind of part of this whole thing. You don't know which way things go. Hard drive LED, plus minus. We'll find out again. Push all these down nicely. Now you see how easy this is? This is amazing. Power plus LED. Okay, that's going to belong that way. These are actually marked. Power minus LED. Also goes that way. And that's this whole thing done. We're going to find our light. Line it up. And then we're just going to line it up again. And push. Bonk. There we go. That's all those plugged in right there. Now this is actually a USB header, which kind of doesn't make sense to me, so I'm not going to really use it. I can see USB is there. Done. Boom, that's in. That is another USB. This is HD audio, so we're actually going to find that. Where is it though? That's USB 1 fans. TPM, I have no idea what that is actually. I have to find the front panel audio plug, which I cannot seem to find. So, you know what, I'll leave that alone. And when I find out what it is, I think it might be this AAFP though. Yeah, it is. AF plug. Because the same pin is plugged out. So, yep. That does not want to go in right. Okay, so you know what? If it doesn't seem it wants to go in, that's fine by me. So I'm actually gonna check my manual right now. I'm gonna find out what it is. So I'll catch you guys when I'm done checking that. Okay, guys. So I did find out that this AFP was the HD audio plug, so that's good. And this is the GPU's power cable, so we're gonna leave that there. These are our fan plugs. Right, yep, these are our side door panel fans. And this is another, this is the one that belongs up there, and this is the one that belongs in the front, and all that jazz. So, if we come around to the back, we got some wiring to be done. So, yeah.
So
we got
flashlight. The whole mess.
It's a pretty big mess, if you ask me. So we got some cables that are nicely zip tied down. I will leave these there. This is the big power cable that plugs into the motherboard. This is the USB cable. These are kind of just pell-mell done. So I don't like that. These are data cables right here that go to the hard drives. There are L-shaped cables. Our new SSD is down there. Our hard drive's there and our old SSD's there. So we are going to do some wiring right now. Wire management, amazingness. Yeah. So, we're gonna leave those there. These are case wires. I am gonna grab my pair of scissors, because now these wires get snipped. Those things get cut. Why? Because it's just annoying. What wire is that's power, or that's GPU? Right? Yes, this is a GPU wire. I'm going to pull this out, if I can. Wonderful. Alright, I'm going to walk around to the other side, push it through. This is a very weird wire. Wow, it's... out you go. Out you go. There we go. There we go. And, let's also going to go through there, there, and there. There we go. Why did I do that? Because it was in a great spot already. So I could pull this out, move it under lots of other wires, which are very hideous and very annoying. So that will lie flat and go into here again. Yeah, it's kind of weird how cable management is done in the back of computers, but okay. So push all of these back through there. And that's there. Now there's still all these other wires to deal with. I can kind of pull these down here. These are more front panel connectors. So these will kind of go across here. And so will all of these, all of those. This is, what is this cable? This is the processor power, CPU power, secondary CPU power. Overall, if this is how this is going to mount, this would look amazing.
Are you pushing everything inside?
Yeah, I'm pushing everything just right by the power supply. I'm going to grab a zip tie, because these are my best friend in PC building. I'm going to find some place that's not optimal. Some place where I could zip tie most of these down, most if not all. This will be one point on where I'm going to zip tie this. Not very big zip ties by any means. Insanely small zip ties. There we go. I heard some snick. There might be. Just trying to cinch this down now. There we go. That's something.
I lost you.
And
Just slide.
Okay, and now we're going to try and get some power cables running to our drives. So here is one end of the power cable. They put these in harnesses. This is not going to work ever, the way I'm trying to do this right now. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run another one. Which granted is not amazing. But, oh well, oh well. I'm going to put our data plugs in. Nice little data connections. This belongs, what, like that. A lot of things are going to get tucked away. And just hopefully not going to bulge out, fan out, and do weird stuff. So like this wire, I'm going to shove under the actual drive to plug it in. But I'm not going to plug it in because there's no power to it. Same case with this one. But this one does have power to it, so I'm going to plug it in. Boom, that's in. Just going to run that out. Oh, this is annoying. The one thing that drives me up the wall about this power supply is that Corsair is not the greatest when it comes down to logical power cables. So they just give you like a weird system. Like this is the next one. Right. I just grabbed this out of the box, never used this cable before. I get 4 plugs on this one again, and they're not spaced out. What's up, Corsair? Jeez. I'm kind of just going to shove that end that belongs in the power supply out there. This is actually a modular power supply, which is the one reason why I bought it. I'm going to unplug that power so I can plug in this power if I can. But somebody at Corsair made a long-ass cable, so yay! Dang it. Some companies.
Well,
Try.
It's a
You know what, guys? I'm gonna.
It's a come for the territory, you know, being in business.
I'm gonna
Dealing
go
with
away from this Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna cut the video here. I'm gonna keep plugging in wires. Keep on going. A monster, this build. Be done with it. So I want to get to playing games and stuff and awesomeness, you know? There we go. That's data. That's that. Okay, this is all that, and that's that. That's all this, and this was that, and that was this. This and that, that's a that, and oh dear Lord, how is this meant to go? Wrong way. There we go.
Kaapissa saattaa olla pitempiäkin noita.
Don't need a longer one, because it's gone on. My mom's saying that in our cupboards we might have some longer ones, but nope, don't need that. Now we're going to go back around to the front. Put a couple more plugs in. Come over here. Now I've kind of turned the front into a big mess. But, oh well. That's the price you gotta pay. I'm gonna plug in, that's our hard drive power right there. And that's really nice right there. That didn't turn out as bad as I thought. So, recap, we plugged in all of our hard drives, power, and if you did have a disk drive, you'd go around here, you'd open this off, you'd slide in your drive, you'd run power through here probably, through this opening over here, power and data up to it back there. So that's how you would put in a disk drive, but I don't use disk drives, so yeah. And yeah, there's only one last step. Where's our video card? So that's what I'm gonna do right now. This is gonna be so fast, so nice, so easy. There we go. I'm gonna grab our GPU back from the dead. Here's our graphics card. Again, this is a GTX 760. This is the 3X Wind Force OC. This is fully unlocked, fully overclockable. I pushed down the tab just as a safety precaution. That's the tab that you have to push down to open it and get it out. I'm gonna not put it in quite yet. I'm gonna make sure that it lines up, which it does, and now I'm gonna put it in. So I'm gonna line up the pins on the bottom of the card, and I'm gonna push, and push, and push some more. That went in, one end, other end's in, tab's good. Ta-da! We're gonna drop a screw down and through here. This is gonna go into there. Easy there, Ox. Screw that one in too. And last 2-3 little steps. You want to get these little power supply connectors together. Yay! This is not fun. This is the one not so fun part. Hooking these demonic cables together, if I can. Which is that. That is there. It fell apart again. Oh well. I'm gonna find out which way it belongs by looking at the pins on both of them. That belongs there, that belongs there. In you go, come on. Come on, you little devil. Boom, that's that. And boom, that's that. And you know what you guys just did? You built a computer. So, I'm gonna put the doors back on now. So it looks like a full-blown computer. And this flashlight's running. Ugh, annoying. So I'm gonna grab a door. Back here, if you come look back here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna line it up, kind of, ish. Push it in. Like a little built-in latch back here.
Valo tulee suoraan
Click it in. And then you're gonna drop screws in. If you can, for some reason. There is quite a decent bulge. And you get another one of these thumb screws.
Yeah, we have a little light. The lights comes a little bit too much, you know.
Okay.
Directly to
camera. There is a bulge due to the wires that are behind this panel, but there's that end. We move over here. Ta-da! Jesus. You have here's a fully built computer right here. That's what it looks like. And yeah. I say I'm gonna go and plug this thing in and start it up.